Welcome, everyone, to our prayer journey with My Talk Daily Devotion. Today, we hear the cry, and we've heard it much in the past, not too long ago. Burn it all down. Burn it all down. The U.S. is an evil country. Burn it all down. And it makes people unhopeful. Even now, I see some titles saying that America is done. Is it really done? And that is a good question because at times it does look that way. But I hope to bring you some encouragement in this devotion. Back in 640 BC, Josiah was going to reign, a very, very young king. He was returning Jerusalem to some kind of restructuring. It had been destroyed by battles. And he starts with the temple. And they start to go into the temple to clear it out. But unfortunately, the temple at that period in time was nothing more than tradition. The one thing that mattered in that temple was a scroll, a book. And that book was known as the Torah, the law. And in the process of trying to fix up this nation that had crumbled from being under oppression, somebody comes across the book. Now, if you know anything about Judaism, they treat that Torah special, and they put it in a special place. And these people had totally lost it between their pagan worship that was introduced and between the governments that were over them. They totally lost this book. Now, this young king must have been very patient, because when they found the book, they brought it to a scribe, and the scribe looked at the book and realized, wow, this is a special book. And he brings it before King Josiah, and the king asked him to read it to him. And he read the first 5 books, most likely, of the Torah to him. But what he saw, the young king, was the blessings and the curses that were in that book. That if you do and follow God, he will bless. And if you go in the other direction, he will turn his face from you. And that is what exactly had happened to this nation. So what did he do? He got the people together and he gave out that word, and he moved throughout that nation, and they rebuilt the temple. They got all of the idolatry out of the temple, and they restored it, and the nation was restored. Could that happen in the United States? Have you found that book laying in your house and never read it? Have you been told that that book is a fairy tale and never picked it up? You're making a big mistake, because when you do, you'll see prophecies that have come to pass. 2,000-year-old prophecies, 600-year-old prophecies, all that have come to pass. There are prophecies within history that came to pass in the book of Daniel. So pick up the book, dust it off, and read it. And more importantly, heed it. When the king heard those words, his actions were shocking. He ripped off his clothes, his royal clothing, and threw it away and said, "We did this. Our fathers read this word and did not heed it. Let us heed it and do what is right." You know, when everybody does what's right in their own eyes, there is no organization. You see, even if America does go down, it's not going to stop until someone comes back to the order that God has laid out in his word. Now, here's the most important thing of any video that I do. In the description of this video, it'll tell you how you become a child of God. how you can pick up the book and read it, and God will give you insights to understand it. It says in the Bible, you'll need help. Some people can come along and help you, but it says in the Bible, no man teach you anything, but the Holy Spirit of God will teach you all things. Why? God will teach you the deep and most important things once you have accepted him and added him to your life, allowed him into your life. Then he becomes your master, and you become his bondservant, desiring to serve him, to know more about what he has for you. So until next time, may Jesus increase as we decrease.